James Talarico stopped in Corpus Christi. This week, City Council members will vote on a Farrah Fawcett commemoration project, and it was a good weekend for Corpus Christi sports. This is South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Thank you for joining me. It's Monday, August 24th. Texas elections are 10 weeks away. One senatorial candidate was in Corpus Christi yesterday. KEDT's Spencer Chioc has more.
Senate Democratic candidate James Talarico was in Corpus Christi on Sunday to meet with small business owners at La Tequila, Jalisco. Also while there, Talarico had this to say about how he plans to keep voters engaged over the final months of the campaign.
We're going to be visiting Corpus and the Coastal Bend a lot over the next few weeks and months and listening to the residents here about their struggles to afford groceries and gas, the water crisis that is threatening this community.
The latest Emerson College and Nexstar media polling has Talarico trailing GOP nominee Ken Paxton by 1 point, well within the margin of error. I'm Spencer Chioc in Corpus Christi.
Paxton currently does not have any publicly listed planned events in Corpus Christi. KEDT has reached out to his campaign and has not yet received a response. Corpus Christi City Council will have their next regularly scheduled meeting at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow at their council chambers. This week, council members will vote on an agreement with the group Friends of Farrah Fawcett for the construction, donation, and acceptance of artwork commemorating the late actress be placed on the seawall at or near the Art Center of Corpus Christi. They'll also receive a water supply update, including highlights on the CPS Energy-acquired Barney Davis Power Plant. Full meeting agenda and public comment sign-up are available on the City of Corpus Christi's website. Beginning tomorrow, the Texas Department of Transportation will reduce the speed limit on a section of State Highway 361 near Port Aransas. The allowed speed limit will drop from 60 to 50 miles an hour. Drivers will see that change between a stretch from Park Road 22 to south of Beach Access Road 1A. Electronic message boards in the section will remind motorists of the speed limit change. The detainment by Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents of a 5-year-old boy and his father in Texas is sparking controversy. Texas Public Radio's Jerry Clayton reports.
5-year-old Liam Tadeo and his father, Victor Martinez Nieto, are being held in a family detention center in Dilley, Texas, after being picked up by ICE last week in Austin on the way to a soccer game. U.S. Representative Greg Casar of Austin took to social media and called for the release of the pair, along with all children at the facility, urging for what he called the trailer prison to be shut down.
Because kids should be playing soccer, going to school, living their lives, not being arrested on the streets.
Casar pointed to a similar case last year when a 5-year-old Minnesota boy was sent to and detained in Dilley, sparking a nationwide outcry. I'm Jerry Clayton in San Antonio.
A judge denied Karmelo Anthony's motion for a new trial on Saturday. KERA's Caroline Love has more.
Retired Kaufman County Judge Michael Chitty denied the motion for a new trial after a 2-day hearing. An outside judge ruled the trial judge, John Roach Jr., should not hear the motion after he did an interview with a local TV station. Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison in a Collin County court in June for the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco high school track meet. Anthony's appellate attorneys argued his right to a public trial was violated. They also said an off-the-record agreement between the defense and prosecution coerced Anthony to give up his right to testify and denied him a complete defense. Anthony's attorney says he plans to appeal. I'm Caroline Love in Dallas.
All 5 youth prisons across Texas were on lockdown for several days last week after at least 2 instances of kids assaulting correctional staff. KERA's Tolawani Osabamo reports it's unclear when restrictions on visitation and movement throughout the facilities will end.
A boy at a youth prison in Gainesville assaulted a correctional officer, and she was hospitalized. That's what Texas Juvenile Justice Department Executive Director Chandra Carter told board members Friday.
There was nothing in his record that would have indicated red flags that this was a high-risk or highly violent youth. There was nothing diagnostically or in the evaluation that was missed that would have told us that this youth was a potential risk at this level.
Youth prisons are now in various stages of the department's 3-stage lockdown, shutdown, and slowdown protocol. The specific restrictions of each stage are unclear. I'm Toluwani Osibamo in Dallas.
The U.S. cattle industry is reacting to the Trump administration's plan to bring in 300,000 metric tons of imported beef with reduced tariffs for 90 days, aimed at temporarily lowering beef prices for consumers. Texas Public Radio's Jerry Clayton has more details.
The plan, which was announced late last week, has been mostly met with skepticism from the nation's beef producers. Julie Louie is a seventh-generation cattle rancher in southwest Texas.
This is a very backhanded way of trying to assist the American consumer while putting down the very entities that are trying to feed America.
Louis says foreign beef is not produced with the same standards as in the U.S.
When you increase our imports for ground beef, yeah, you might make it affordable for the everyday American, but you're costing them the quality.
Both the National Cattlemen's Beef Association and the Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association criticized the plan, along with many Republican leaders. I'm Jerry Clayton in San Antonio.
In sports, starting with the Little League World Series, Boerne, representing the Southwest region, is in an elimination game today with an Ohio team representing the Great Lakes region. That game is set for 2 p.m. Continuing with baseball, the Corpus Christi Hooks earned a second consecutive win in a series split with a 3-1 victory over the Midland RockHounds. Justin Thomas Jr. severed a 1-1 tie with a 2-run homer to left field in the 8th inning. In soccer, the Corpus Christi Football Club rallied Saturday to tie with Westchester Soccer Club 2-2. Jake Keegan scored first for Corpus Christi FC in the 57th minute, and Jake Carney tied the match in the 89th minute. The next home match for Corpus Christi FC will be September 5th against Forward Madison FC. Continuing with soccer, Texas A&M-Corpus Christi kept their momentum rolling on Sunday, finding a late spark and downing Prairie View A&M 2-0. MyJoy Anderson scored her first goal of the season in the 76th minute with an assist from Katie Porter. Porter scored minutes later on a penalty kick. The Islanders, now 2-0-1, have their best 3-game start in program history. And 25 News Now reports that the city of Victoria has crowned a new Miss Victoria. Ariana Salazar claimed the Miss Victoria 2026 crown on Saturday, winning the 56th annual pageant, which was at the Victoria Fine Arts Center. Salazar earned the top honor after competing against 29 other contestants. She has held the student council position at her school for 2 consecutive years. Along with Salazar, Adriana Garcia won the Junior Miss Victoria title, Charlotte Lato won Young Miss Victoria, and Samara Smith was named Little Miss Victoria. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.